I show you my stuff with DM Scotty.
Hey guys, DM Scotty here. Good to have you with me. Today I'm going to show you this Manticore I made for my table. I think he's really neat. I took some bits, assembled them together, and did some sculpting on it. And came out with a really cool giant Manticore. So let's go to the table and I'll talk about how I made that. So here you can see I have my starting materials. Now I got a plastic lion, and I cut the tail off. Then I replaced the tail with a twisted wire tail, and I used a fairly thick gauge wire, drilled a hole in the back where the tail was, and then attached it with the goop glue. You can also see on the sides I have pegs, so those are just the wires snipped into short segments and then inserted into the body. I used a Dremel tool to drill into the body, and I goop glued those pegs on there and then drilled some holes in the wings so that they will it'll help them stay on the body. Now also the wings are from a Dragons toy, DreamWorks Dragons toy that I got at the store, and I just cut those off the toy itself with a Dremel tool, and they're ready to go. Here I have attached the wings with the goop. So I've put them over, slid them over the pegs, and attached them with goop, and you can see here that I have them sitting up on my workbench drying, ready for the next step. Now this shows, this first picture here shows that I have started to cover the lion with a material called epoxy sculpt, and that's a two-part epoxy medium that you mix in equal parts together, and you get a rock hard result after it dries. So after about a day it'll be rock hard, so it's really great for doing this kind of stuff. It also has the properties of being very sticky, so it sticks to this type of stuff very easily. So here you can see I've done the face, and I was trying to make it, more like a human-like face, as Manticores have, more human features, but beastal. And for the eyes, I just use small beads, and that makes it really easy. That way you don't have to try to sculpt the eyes. You can just push those beads in. If your model's big enough like this, you can just push the beads in and then sculpt around it, and you just make some great eyes. So there we go. I've got the face, and I'm not going to do all the details yet because it's hard to do everything without messing up what you've already done. So I'm doing it in stages. So here you can see this from the side here. I've started to cover up the edge where the wing connects to the body. I put some musculature on the front leg, and I added I enhanced the claws on the front legs. As we move on, you can see that I did the scorpion tail on the back. Totally covered up the wire, and then I used some toothpicks to make the vicious spines on the end of the tail. So now we'll move to the next phase. Now that my previous sculpt is completely dry, you can see here I've added quite a bit to it. I added some spines coming out of the mane of the Manticore, and to do that I just drilled some holes into the mane of the toy, and then slid some toothpicks in there and glued them with the goop glue. You can also see I extended the mane, and it totally blends in with the mane of the toy, and I made it larger. I also added some vicious looking fangs. I really like those. Those are just toothpicks. I made the space for those when I sculpted those, and they really look like a saber tooth appearance. I really like that. I also added some spines on the top of the eyes. I had done some holes in the sculpt when I did it. I'm not sure if you've seen that in the previous picture, but then I did these, just rolled out these small spines from the epoxy sculpt and let them dry, and then glued them on with the goop. So there we go. That gave a pretty vicious face looking there. And as we move around to the side, you can see I've added some more to the body, some more musculature to the body. I also here have added to the wings. I wanted to cover up the wings connecting with the body, but I also wanted to make it look like, kind of match the tail, so it would kind of give it a similar appearance. And that's it. That's all for the sculpting. Now I just moved on to painting the creature, and I'm going to show you what it looks like painted. So hey guys, here's my awesome Manticore all painted up. And you can see some of those details that I did. I'll give you kind of a 360. See some of those details I added all painted up. Thought it came out really badass. I'll give you a closer look here. So here's the face. See those giant fangs, menacing red eyes, muscular body, vicious tail. There we go. So it came out really neat. I thought this, for just throwing this guy together, he's really cool. And now here I want to show you a regular Manticore to show scale comparison. So look at that. That is a male Manticore, and look how big this guy is to him. So pretty cool. Let me pop a couple of adventures in there just so you can get a scale idea. So there's a little poor little wizard. The Manticore is bad enough, but then that giant Manticore is just crazy. So there we go. That's Manticore I made for my game, and I'll see you next time on the craft. Now my wife always says I make everything to look like me, and you'll have to see if you agree. Hey crafters, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the DM's Craft. Make sure to subscribe, and I have tons of other videos, as you can see. I am the originator of the 2.5D method of crafting tiles. I also do dirt cheap terrain for the table. If all this intrigues you, make sure you check out all the videos below. Also, join my forum. We have lots of great crafters on there who give advice. I have a link above and below. And last but not least, remember, go forth and craft!